As previously mentioned, Sigma Delta Phi excelled in all facets of college life, but none more so than on a social front. In the formative years, the fraternity took charge of the winter and spring formal when sponsorship of the events changed from the Terranite Society to Sigma Delta Phi. Immediately, the brothers transformed these rather staid affairs into a cocktail party and dinner dance, in addition to having the dubious honor of electing the next Miss Iona. By the end of the decade, however, Sigma Delta Phi was known as the club that threw the best and wildest parties, from the first mixer of the year, to the annual Chugga competition, to the various bar events. No one did it better. Iona College also went through a transformation, going from an institution that a few years earlier did not allow entrance to women and where men had to adhere to a strict dress code, to a place that many considered to be the epicenter of college nightlife. A stone's throw from the North Avenue bar scene known as the Strip, it was said to be second only to the spring break mecca of Fort Lauderdale, Florida in bars per square miles. Watering holes like George's, which later became Characters. The Abbey, which later became Smart Alex. The Beachmont, which later became Tin Lizzy's and Back to the Beachmont. The Church Key, which later became the Piper's Kilt and Glory Days. The Village Inn, which later became Sigma Delta Phi's unofficial headquarters bumpers. Gary's, Strider's, Tammany Hall. Even the school got in on the action when they opened a bar inside the cafeteria called the Rathskeller. Needless to say, the parties were endless and Sigma Delta Phi was leading the way. During this era, there wasn't anything cooler than belonging to a fraternity. When the cult classic frat movie Animal House hit the theaters in 1978, everyone wanted in. And by the time Revenge of the Nerds made its debut in 1984, there were 8 new fraternities and sororities active on the Iona College campus. Besides Sigma Delta Phi and Sigma Tau Omega, there were Gamma Lambda Rho, Phi Beta Sigma, Phi Sigma Sigma, Psi Kappa Theta, Delta Theta Beta, Zeta Kappa Chi, and TKE. So many that, like the film, Iona had to form a Greek council just to manage them all. In November of 1985, Sigma Delta Phi threw what would turn out to be the final mixer at Iona College before the campus went dry due to the drinking age in New York State rising to 21. The law had an immediate effect, and the crackdown on drinking, as well as fraternity hazing, was in full force. By the early to mid-90s, the administration, through the Greek Council, had a stranglehold on fraternities and sororities on campus. They even suspended pledging, once unheard of due to complaints from off-campus activities. And while new rules were written to limit and/or curtail hazing, the New Rochelle Police Department was cracking down on all the bars that many from the tri-state area remember with immense fondness. Unfortunately, their suspicions were correct. When a student passed away from drinking large quantities of liquor during an initiation process for a banned fraternity, the administration had had enough. Facing a lawsuit from the victim's family, the first and oldest fraternity on campus, Sigma Delta Phi, was immediately disbanded and quickly forgotten. In an op-ed piece in the Ionian soon thereafter, the writer, reflecting on the role of Greek organizations on campus, wrote, and I quote, "Greek life began at Iona in 1973 with the introduction of Gamma Lambda Rho sorority." And so it ends.
Sigma Delta Phi, we just want to welcome you back to Iona College. Thank you for supporting Billy on his Hall of Fame induction. Go Gales.
What's up, boys and girls? Beautiful day, beautiful weather, beautiful stories. Most of them about me are false. It was a joint. I mean, I just like left. Or I was just not there.
Did Damo give you a hard time?
I got a letter.
You got a letter?
got a letter.
I smoking weed was a little more serious than it is now, right?
Yeah.
It's serious now? I think if you get a letter home and you gave us smoking weed, it wouldn't be the end of the world.
Right.
Back
It
then.
didn't say weed though. It said like something very vague, which I thought was cool. Like,
An unknown substance.
like he was doing something that he shouldn't have
Drinking
been doing,
alcohol
and or drugs / And I just told my parents because they didn't know. I
It
said,
was
"Oh,
the end of it.
It was like nothing.
Yeah, I was only drinking stuff.
Don't tell me you play bagpipes. Bagpipes.
O'Malley, the governor of Maryland.
Where's Yoke? He's not here yet?
He had a fantastic season. It still fits.
You know, bullying ended.
Well, a little,
2014,
a little
no
tight.
bullying on campus.
Just a little bit. Hey, how you doing?
Good seeing you, man. Heard you rocking it out.
Oh, get out of
Yo,
here.
you know Jerry King?
Yogi, we met last time. Good seeing you, bro.
The heck? How did you get younger?
I know. He was
Are you on some kind of
making everything all wrong.
Are you on some kind of GHD or STP or one of those? I got STD. Yeah.
It's all that clean living.
STP. He's on GHD or STP or something like this. Huh?
Billy, say
My
some
wife
words
comes.
before this is your time.
Hey, I can't believe how many of these cool guys came out today. This is awesome.
Actually, I came out for him. That's the bottom line.
That's why we're
That was
there.
the thing that put me over the edge.
I tell you what,
I was like on the edge.
I don't deserve any of this, but I'm taking
okay,
a plaque.
Oh, they're giving him something. I got to come.
I don't deserve it, but I'm taking it.
Oh, I'm not old.
Prodigal son returns.
Mothers and sons.
Get Barney there for a little grandson.
What's up, Bonte?
Hello. Nice to meet you.
This is good family right here.
No, he wasn't there last night.
Tom DiLorenzo, my son, Mike Barton, and myself, Paul DiBartolo.
We just need Adrian Bright. That's my fault.
I thought Orlando was your a long way to the store. So I'll have another beer. La 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 la. Tea. I think we're going to jail. Thanks, I'll have a beer. That'll bring us back to do. Oh, 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 do.